What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Luis King Kong Ortiz. Get this. Luis calls Andy Ruiz a coward for not fighting him. Luis Ortiz furious after learning that Andy Ruiz will be fighting little-known Tyrone Spong next on July 16th instead of him. Thriller Fight Club revealed that the news of the former IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight champion, Ruiz, which is now 33-2-22, fighting Spong on July 16th on pay-per-view in Mexico City. The press release stated that 80,000 fans are expected to attend Ruiz versus Spong fight in Mexico City on that date, which is very hard to believe because it's a tune-up, or it would be Ruiz were still fighting higher caliber opposition. Ortiz believes Ruiz has lost his hunger to fight good opposition this stage in his career, and he could be right. In Ruiz's latest fight, he fought a 40-year-old journeyman Chris Arreola last year. With Ruiz now facing Spong, it could be that this is the type of opposition that he plans to fight for the remainder of the year. He is highly ranked world heavyweight world title challenger Ortiz says Ruiz led him to believe that he would be his next opponent, but now he finds out that he's facing the boxer, or the ex-kickboxer, instead. And Luis said this. He said he's a coward down the line. He could have chosen a real boxer, a renowned rival. He knew how badly I wanted to fight him, but he decided to take an easy route, said Ortiz. With Ruiz reported net worth of $10 million, according to the Celebrity Net Worth, perhaps he doesn't need to fight quality opposition. If the idea is for Ruiz to pad his record against tomato cans long enough for one of the heavyweight champions to throw him a bone for a title shot, it makes sense for him to fight guys like Spong and Arreola. It's pathetic, but it makes sense. Wow. Okay. Let me counterpunch. I feel bad for Luis Ortiz because Ruiz did lead everybody to believe that he was fighting him. He said it most of last year. And the reason that he used last year was some type of cosmetic surgery on it. Not even cosmetic surgery, some type of knee surgery. But then you seen him the next week doing squats. It makes no sense. And I knew that was a lie, okay? My father has like 2 knee replacements. He couldn't do anything, let alone squat. He couldn't even walk, okay? You got to walk around with that, with your leg, your shin on this wheel-like deal when you have one of those, if you want to get around. That's if you just don't want to lay up. So I knew that was a lie. So when Andy, I'm going, my knee, I can't fight him now. But you remember he ducked Ortiz, like just ducked Ortiz in 2020. Lied on Dillian White, right? And got dropped by a 40-year-old Chris Arreola. So at this point, I think Ruiz, when he saw Luis Ortiz, it didn't matter how beatable he looked because Charles Mark was doing a good job. He dropped him once, then he dropped him twice, right? And then, he fell from a jab. So Andy was probably like, you know what? He could probably hurt me. You seen how he hit Chris Arreola? Did you see that? That probably scared the shit out of him. And it probably led everyone to believe, or led his camp to believe, like, look, if you got dropped by Chris Arreola, imagine what Ortiz will do to you coming from a southpaw. Because, see, one thing about Andy's a good slipper and mover, but I don't think he has the chin. I don't think he has the chin anymore like that. I mean, he got caught with a straight shot. No, it was a behind. It was like a headshot. He got caught with a headshot. He went down. Maybe his chin is a different story because those are 2 different parts. People can take these punches, but You get hit up there, that's probably where their soft spot's at. So, you know, nonetheless, I think Luis Ortiz scared the living crap out of Andy Ruiz. And he didn't want to take that risk because he wanted to stay high on the totem pole, but he wanted to look at it like a big fish in a little pond. Why do you think he's doing it in Mexico City? Because what he's doing, he's trying to appease the Mexican fans now. You know, when he beat Joshua, he went to Mexico to meet the president, right? I think that's what he wants to do. He still wants to ride that I beat Anthony Joshua once upon a time shit. Okay, that's what I think he's going to do. That's what I think he's doing. And fighting guys like even Charles Martin, you won't even see a fight like that. You know, Luis Ortiz, a Dillian White, he didn't want none of that. And then what's bad about it is it just shows you that he's not hungry. He ain't hungry no more. He can't be hungry. Luis Ortiz is starving. And that tells me, Luis Ortiz, there's no way in Hades that this guy got $7 million for fighting Wilder the second fight. There's no way, unless he spent it all on bills and medical bills because of his daughter. But you, come on, $7 million? You know what I mean? I don't think you spent that much. I know medical bills are high and everything, but $7 million? Even if he ends up with 3, you know what I mean? No, highly unlikely. I think he didn't get that money. We haven't heard about it. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, Ruiz doesn't want the smoke. He does not want the smoke at all. Tyrone Spong, he looks like a guy that's inexperienced. You know, he doesn't even have 15 professional fights. But, again, he is undefeated. And he does look comfortable enough to beat. And I think that's what Andy wants to do. He wants to stay busy. This is a tune-up fight because he hasn't fought in over a year and he won't fight for over a year. So Luis Ortiz is right calling him a coward because it's bad about Luis Ortiz because he's old. That's his worst enemy, his age. And he doesn't have time to screw around and mess around. That's why he should have got fights like Anthony Joshua. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Luis Ortiz ripping Andy Ruiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.